not, I'm just gonna have to try it on my laptop because, yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's I didn't know exactly what to do. I was just gonna record this video and then just upload it, but it's literally taking my videos probably not even 4 or 5 days just to upload to YouTube now. Like, I already recorded the North Node and South Node in Libra, and it just seems as if, I don't know, it's just taking forever to record. So I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just go live. So after I'm done with the recording, my stuff will already be up there. So I apologize for any like technical difficulties, whatever the heck we saying, because yeah, I'm not really sure why that's going on or why that's been happening and things like that. So just bear with me. But if it does start to act up again, like I said, I'll probably just pop in later on tonight and then just try to do it from my laptop instead, because this is from my phone. So, but anyway, sorry about that mishap. My name is the Rainy Storm. For those of y'all that checking in, happy Cancer new moon. I'll just let y'all know that I'm going to be doing getting dressed and ready because I have a photo shoot today. So I'm going to be trying to get dressed and ready because as soon as I'm done with this live, I have to leave. But I wanted to pop in and check in for the Cancer new moon. Oh, I hope everybody's been doing well. I feel back. I feel like I'm really back for real and rejuvenated to come back to start making these videos again for y'all. I actually ran into somebody yesterday at an event that I went to that told me that they watched my videos on YouTube. So if you're watching this, I can't remember your name, but if you could please comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and just supporting throughout the years and things like that. I don't know exactly how long you've been watching, but thank you so much for coming through anyway. But yeah, did I do my spell? My name is Rainy Storm, checking in. Your cosmic root work astrologer specializing in Mars activations as well as North Node and South Node consultations. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can hit me up at arainystorm.wix.com/info, and you can find me on all social media at arainystorm. I'm just going to be covering a little bit about this Cancer new moon. And I'm just going to go through all the rising signs and talk about just how that energy is going to be impacting you during this particular moon. And this energy has been playing out, I would say, 3 or 4 days given. I feel like it's a little bit stronger than that because it is the Cancer moon. So it'll be 3 days before, 3 days after. The actual date is the 17th, but the moon is already in Cancer. So we're here, baby. So let's do it. Now, I do have a couple of things I do want to say about this Cancerian new moon in regards to the mother wound. How fitting. Let's put this on. I do want to say a couple of things in regards to that mother wound. During this actual moon itself, let me actually get into it. It's going to be opposing Pluto and Capricorn, okay? And that's the opposite of Cancer. Platonic energy basically destroys, it gives power also to something, but it destroys something so it can be rebuilt back up anew, like the Phoenix rising, and when we talk about that energy. The sun will also, and moon will also trine Neptune and Pisces, which I think it's doing that right now, if I'm not mistaken. The sun and moon will sextile Uranus and Taurus, and will square the nodes. And we'll talk a little bit about that and what that means, and overall this energy of the Cancerian new moon. I do feel like a lot of people's foundations are going to be starting to switch. I think a lot of people's foundations of what they thought that they once wanted, what they thought that they once knew, I think it's just going to start to change. It could feel like an energy of the ground shaking beneath your feet, and you're not exactly sure which direction or what way to go. But if you allow the universe to state its claim, right, and to make its way into clarity in your life, the universe will carry you, and it'll give you exactly what it is that I don't think you're looking for, but I think that what you need, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, y'all, I'm a little stuffy. I'm gonna have to do a little mucus check, because God damn. So yeah, well, let me get into the mother wound first, and then we'll talk about just some of the more intensified energy that we can actually experience. I would say this sets off a 6-month period until December for the Cancer full moon, or January, I think, when the Cancer full moon is one of those two. But specifically when in regards to the mother wound, and like I said, that Pluto and Capricorn opposing, hey Andre, opposing this Cancer new moon, I feel like this has to do with the relationship that you had with either a mother figure in your life or a divine feminine figure that you've had in your life. You want to really look to see, and I think more so examine what that relationship was like for you and how that's actually playing out into your everyday day-to-day life. Like, it's not only about like how are you actually treating women, it's also about more so how are you relating to like your divine feminine. And everybody has a divine feminine. It doesn't matter whatever you are. We all have the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine within us. So you really want to see, like, am I nurturing myself? Am I taking care of myself? Am I taking care of the people around me? And that's not to be in like a savior complex, more so of like, oh, am I taking care of the people, and sacrificing myself? No, not that kind of energy, but am I loving on the people? Am I supporting the people? Am I honoring the people that are around me? Thank you. I'm about to be going to a photo shoot today, so I'm just getting myself ready. Am I honoring the people around me with like real love, real care, real connection, real genuine and honesty and things like that? I actually took some notes too because I kind of want to segue into this and then I'll come back into the mother womb. But I watched Wakanda Forever, the second Wakanda. And I'm not going to go too deeply into it, especially for those who've never watched it. So I don't want to give a lot of stuff away, right? But I watched that movie, and honestly, there were a lot of themes about the mother, specifically not only into the physical mother, but in regards to the water that came up. There was a group called the Tlacolan people, and they were Mayans, or I think their ancient ancestors were Mayan ancestors, and they talked a lot about the water, the land, and the sea, and how because Cancer also rules ancestry and things like that, and where we come from and our actual roots itself. And it talked about how once when we were actually people of the water, and then people of the water, we migrated to land, and then we left land because of the way that the actual land itself was being treated as like colonialism and colonization actually came into play. It got very, 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 very deep when it came to like mother waters and mommy water, and I even see some like low-key themes of Yemaya also too being played out in this particular. I mean, it wasn't stated, but I kind of seen some things playing out too in that movie as well. But it talked about this firstborn son of the village, which, what did they call him? Well, they called him that. It wasn't his actual name, but they called him this in particular. What was his name? Namor is what they called him. And they basically referred to him as meaning a child without love is what they called him. When he got actually on the land and they actually saw him, the actual slave or enslaved people, whatever, owner, masters, or whatever you want to call it, they talked about how that was like his actual name that they gave him, because he was a deity that had ears to the sky, and then he had wings for feet, but he was a fish, but he was a serpent god. And so he wasn't like the rest of his tribe. His tribe originally, there was a shaman that actually came, a seer that came to their village, and this particular seer said that there was this plant at the bottom of the ocean that was like this blue plant. And so this shaman basically got a vision that the people were to drink that, especially with everything that was going on in the world. And so what ended up happening is this shaman ended up going underwater, getting this plant, went up to the land and had the people of the village drink this particular blue concoction. And what ended up happening is it ended up killing everybody in the village, but then they basically resurrected again as these blue people, but they could not live on the land. They had to live amongst the sea. And so they lived amongst the seas and the waters to escape the tragedies of the land itself when it started to get really, really, really bad. And so I say this all to say, it was a beautiful movie, by the way. If y'all haven't seen Wakanda Forever, something was telling me to watch it, but I really thought it was in relation. I really took it in relation to this Cancer full moon, especially, like I said, during the water people. Now, I will say before I end this like little snippet, Namor's mother actually, the shaman told his mother that the firstborn son, was going to be the ruler of their particular village. And I don't really know, but the mother was so hurt because she wasn't able to live on land. And so she died. She didn't take her life, but she did die of a heartbreak because she was so used to living on land, and she was like living in sea, so she never really got the opportunity to like outlive her time on the land. She wasn't happy with being amongst the sea because she also wanted to be above land. I'm sorry, y'all, my nasals. But I say this all to say that this mothership of energy, in regards to not only like our physical mother or mothering energy or nurturing energy, but also our actual our mothers of this world and this mothers of the land, are actually calling us collectively to not only be of service to Mother Gaia and things like that, but really take take stock of like how we're actually treating and giving to this earth and this world in which the places that we live in. You know, Mother Gaia has been screaming for a while now because we've been treating her as if she is literally the bottom of the barrel and literally as if she's nothing. Not saying this is what we're doing here, but I'm just saying that Mother Nature eventually will respond to her treatment. She can take so much. And I think of that when I think of Cancerian energy. Like, it's only so much Cancer will be able to take. It's only so much that the water will be able to take till it actually starts responding. We've seen it in the ways that the water is reacting right now. We've seen it in the ways in which the animals in the water are reacting right now, aka orcas sinking ships right now. We've seen it in these different themes, you know, of how, you know, now that nature and this world is actually starting to respond to its harsh treatment. You know, even the way that our animals and things like that are being treated in this world. You know what I mean? It's getting to a place where now, you know, it's like I said, it's only so much that they can take, and now it's time for them to start to respond. And I always have had hope for humanity, and I'll always continue to have hope for humanity and like how far like we actually go. But I also know that it's only a matter of time, right? It's only a matter of time till I would say that Earth is to a place where it's going to have to reset itself. And so I would just keep that in mind as we're moving through these times, that even though Mother Nature, even though this Cancerian energy has the ability to give, its waters have the capacity to give, it doesn't mean that she needs to or she has to, especially if she's not being equally taken care of in return, you know? And so definitely keep that in mind. So now, like I said, that relationship to that divine feminine in your life, or your mother, or whatever feminine energy within yourself, is something I would say that would need to be looked at and also healed. You know what I mean? Collectively, I think we have been in this over angst. I don't know exactly what you would want to call it, but just this divine masculine energy that's literally suffocating the natural divine feminine that wants to, you know, kind of be front and center. It needs to be front and center, especially when it comes to the ways in which we're actually taking care of the earth and the ways in which we're taking care of the world. It's kind of like the divine feminine is being harmed for literally just existing in this world. So really understand your treatment, or and really review the ways in which you have treated the divine feminine, not only within yourself, but your relationship to the divine feminine within your life. The divine feminine is in your life. Take stock of the people and yourself, like I said too, in your life, in your world, and ask yourself if those relationships are fruitful relationships and healthy relationships, or if those relationships are harmful, you know. So yeah. So we got a lot of healing to do, y'all. We have a lot of collective healing that we need to do amongst ourselves and also amongst each other, and it's gonna take time before we all actually see the fruition of what that could look like on the other side. But we got this, you know what I mean? So that's a little bit what I want to say. The nodes will square Aries and Libra, which will be turning the tides tomorrow, July 17th. And so you want to see exactly where Aries and Libra is in your chart, and how that squaring energy, which I like to say like squaring off, like head to head kind of energy, or where there could be a little bit of tension in between those places, could be going on in your charts. It's kind of like a triangle of effect, right? Cancer opposing Pluto, Aries and Libra, you know, switching the nodals and them squaring off to each other, and what that looks like within your chart. I think when it comes to this mother, just the mother wound in general, or just mothering energy, I would say, before I get into all the rest of the signs, maybe writing a letter to yourself, in regards to a letter, and also not only just a letter, but just maybe envisioning of like how you want your relationships to be nurtured, and how you want your relationships to grow in terms of like the divine feminine and things like that within your life. Take stock on that, and I think I'm just gonna leave y'all at that. I was gonna go into all the rest of this stuff, but I think I'm gonna just keep it short and cute here. But let's get on to all signs. Specifically, yes, we do have the nodal axis changing from Scorpio and Aries, or Scorpio and Taurus, to Libra and Aries. North node going into Aries, south node going into Libra. And so I have a video uploading. It's still uploading after 5 days. Yeah, so if anybody knows, and maybe I'll just have to look it up at how I can get stuff to upload off my phone a little bit faster, I would appreciate that, because I've been waiting. And so hopefully I'll be able to see that video tomorrow, when the nodes actually do like shifts into Aries and Libra, and things, because it's 2 parts, and I was trying to put them together, but yeah, it doesn't even matter. So yeah, that's that. But let's talk about Aries rising. We're going from Aries to Pisces, and I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. So yeah, for the Cancer moon, new moon from today, 17th and onward, Aries rising, this is going to be happening in your 4th house of home, family, property, and ancestral lines. There could be a possible move here, or maybe you've been seeding or planning or wanting to move to another place in the future. Maybe to like a different location. That could be somewhere that's like in your general neighborhood, or it's just something specifically that could be, I wouldn't say it was be a long distance, but it could be somewhere like either in your general neighborhood, or maybe like over to another state or something like that. There could be a birth of something specifically. Maybe somebody in your family's having a baby, or maybe you're working on some type of new project. There could be contacts from a mother figure in your life, maybe that you might have you might talk to, or you might have had like a riff in y'all's relationship. So maybe there might be a little bit more of communication, or maybe there might be communication from this particular mother figure in your life. Let's see what else we got going on. News on a property or work opportunity, with Mars and Virgo transiting your 6th house, and also Venus and Mercury in Leo as well in your 6th house. So definitely look out for that. Taurus rising, 3rd house. This is communications, neighborhood, also short distance, relatives, writing style, and things like that. This is I definitely looked at dream communications is what I put for Taurus rising. You definitely want to pay attention to what your dreams are saying and what your dreams are actually talking about within this particular time, because there could be a lot of heated things going on within your dream state, in your dream world. A new way of relating to others in communication. You might find yourself wanting to, are the ways in which you have communicated with each other in the past. You might turn a chapter or a new leaf in this particular area of your life. Let's see. Relatives could reach out at this time, taking a short trip in the near future, clearing subconscious past cycles as well with this energy, and maybe diving into maybe some old artistic endeavors that you might have set to the side. That stuff might be coming up for you to explore if you're able and open and wanting to. Gemini rising, 2nd house. This is material gains, personal values, and valuables in your throat chakra. So there could be a new sense of personal values, particularly, especially with Pluto opposing your 8th house, of intimacy and sex, death, other people's money and things like that. You could be gifted with something old in your home. So somebody could be gifting you something of value within your home that you like really, really like, or really not might have needed, but it's just something that kind of adds an extra flair to your home or something like that. You could ask yourself, or I put ask yourself what it is that you value in this chapter of your life. Renewing your upbringing and also looking at your relationship with your mother is going to be big for Gemini risings. Cancer rising, this is the 1st house, so this is a new sense of self. Mercury and Venus and Leo, especially transiting through your 2nd collectively. This is healing inner child wounds. How you come off to the world could be shifting and changing perspective. So you could have a whole new lens that you put on when it comes to the rest of the world in particular. Now, Leo rising, that's going to be happening in your 12th house. This could be dream work as well, paying attention to your dreams, ancestral childhood connections to dreams, past lives, karmic energies, conscious childhood, mother wounds as well. You want to check for your moon sign and how relation of those particular emotions, relational emotions and stuff like that with Leo rising. I'm just kind of looking to the moon, and that could give you a deep sense in your connection to your mother as well, and the relationship that y'all had together. Now, Virgo rising, this is going to be happening in your 11th house. So you could find yourself associating with new groups. You could have new group associations. You could be meeting new people from different walks of life. You could be revising like your long-term goals. You could also be revising some things that have to do with like the media and how you show up in the media, or maybe things that you want to put out to the media but not quite sure. I would definitely say reach out to somebody that can actually help you with those things. New women coming into your life, and connecting to the womb and also your intimate connections as well. Libra rising, this is going to be happening in your 12th house. New beginning and career path, public status, personal sense of renewal, and future opportunities. So definitely look out for that. Now, these things, especially because the South Node is going to be going through Libra, you could find that these opportunities actually are happening behind the scenes, and maybe in the next year or half or so, that's something that you're working on that nobody knows about, and then you kind of just like bust it out like the Lemonade album, Beyonce, after this transit is over. Or it could be just like little seed projects and things like that that you're putting out and is growing into something bigger specifically. But opportunities could definitely come through partnerships at this time. Now, Scorpio rising, this could be diving into a new study, wanting to something for a while, or something that you wanted to study for a while. So I put like childbirth, doulaship, deepening your psychic abilities or your psychic connections and awareness is something that Scorpio rising could be looking at. Sag rising, this is happening in your 8th house. So maybe you're redefining of how you want to connect to these intimate parts of yourself. You could find yourself exploring the ties to like your personal values and self-worth. So how you're relating to these deep-seated intimate parts of yourself, and like how overall that has connected to the ways in which you relate to yourself in that way. Now, Capricorn rising, this is going to be happening in your seventh house. New intimate relationships could be forming with divine feminines. You could be wanting to connect with more divine feminines, or just women in general. You could be like, I want to kind of, or just people that you feel nurtured with or nurtured by, things like that. You could be having a rebirth in your relationships, and there could also be a new partnership, and that could be not even just a romantic partnership, but this can also be a new business partnership with somebody actually coming through. Now, Aquarius rising, this is going to be happening in your sixth house. This is going to be in regards to your health, physical health and wellness, your day-to-day routines, your place of worth, or your place of worth could change to something that fills your cups. Your place of work is what I meant to put. Your place of work could be changing to something that fills your cup, or you could be reaching a milestone in your place of work, or the things that you do for work that like really, really fills your cups, and like really has you in a place of like, man, yeah, I've always loved to do these things. It's something that I've, really grown in since, I've been situated. So definitely, I said, if you have any Cancer placements also as well, Cancer rising or Aquarius rising, definitely look at those two to see exactly how that could be playing out as well. Now, Pisces rising, this is going to be happening in your fifth house. Have some fun. You know what I mean? Create, get creative, dance, go out, dress up. You know what I'm saying? Get it popping in this new chapter in your life. It'll carry you. I said it'll carry you exactly where you need to be. And I said pick up an old creative passion and listen to some really good music. Okay? And I know this was pretty quick. I promise y'all in the future I'll try to go into a little bit more detail with these, but I kind of have to go. But I wanted to sit and come through and speak for this Cancerian new moon specifically, especially because it's my own moon sign in Western astrology anyway. I'm a Gemini moon in Vedic. But other than that, I hope y'all have a beautiful Cancerian new moon. Please light a candle for them ancestors, child. If you can, put your lighters up for your ancestors. Thank them for being in this particular place, in this particular time, especially within this world. We are on the brink of great change. And I know, like I was been talking about this since last night, that things have been going on and things have been happening and stuff like that in the world. But please do not ever doubt that you are not supposed to be here for a specific time, place, and reason. Okay? All right? This is a Rainy Stone checking in, checking out without a doubt. I hope that by the time tomorrow rolls in that the North Node and South Node video will be ready for y'all so y'all can watch that. I'm definitely going to be talking about the Venus and Leo transit as well, retrograde coming up, and also Mars, or I think it's Mercury and Virgo especially coming up for this month. So y'all definitely want to check that out. Make sure y'all follow me on social media to keep up with my drops. I'm always not always, but for the summer until about September, I'll be at Tell Me Bar every Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30 in New Orleans. And I will see y'all soon. Thank you so much. And y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you, Corey. Y'all have a good one. Deuces.